Fiverr, Freelancer, and Upwork. Are they scams? Do people actually make money? Good questions. Thank you for asking. So I'm on all three of those platforms, and a lot of people ask me if they're scams and if they're worth it. And so I think I should make a video about the ins and outs, the pros and cons, and what kind of personality does well versus badly on those platforms. So Fiverr, Upwork, and Freelancer, and I'm naming them in the order of for me, that is my ranking of them in terms of how much money I make on each, and in terms of the interfacing and how simple they are to use, and how effective they've been for me. These three sites are marketplaces that connect buyers and sellers. A buyer is somebody who needs a skill, a seller is somebody who's selling a skill, and you can sell anything, nearly anything under the sun, anything that can be traded digitally. So I sell my voiceovers in different accents, and I sell my audio editing skills for podcasters. You can sell your photography skills. Someone might be looking for a photographer who's remote. Once somebody needed me to take pictures of menus in Johannesburg because they were making a global directory of menus. And so I did that. People need transcribers, people need translators, video editors, designers, graphic designers, loads of things, just like so many skills. People need experts in Microsoft Suite and other softwares to either build softwares or to explain softwares to them, people to make presentations. The only requirement is that you have good internet and that you have a laptop to do your work. These three are low skill trading platforms, so from high level skill to low level skill. So there's a place for nearly everybody who can sell a digital product again. So how it works, Fiverr is called Fiverr because the least you can charge for a service is $5. And that is the pro and the con with the website. On Fiverr, you have 10 potential bids a day. You decide in what arena you want to bid. So for me, for example, I bid for audio editing services and voiceovers in the accents that I offer. I bid 10 times, somebody contacts me, we negotiate and agree on a price, and then I do the work in the stipulated time frame. The pros of Fiverr is that, as you've heard, it is a low entry skill website. You do not have to be a pro at anything, which is really awesome for most people because you can start where you're at now. I also feel it is a good training ground for your skills. So I started with voiceovers 9 months ago. I'd never done a voiceover in my life. I use this mic. This is a Samsonite Meteor mic. It is like 900 Rand, which is maybe $80. And it is an entry-level microphone, and I use this, which is my pop filter. This is the ring you use on your NutriBullet cup, and I've just put a wig cap on it. And when I use this, all the hard sounds like p, t, s, that gets filtered out. So really, and I'm using a candle stand. So you could spend $300 on this equipment, or you could just spend $90 like I did. So that's the great thing. It's entry level. Nearly anybody can start now. Another benefit is that you get to work remotely. I can sit at home naked recording voiceovers, and I can send it to my client. I haven't had to leave my house. They are low startup costs. I already pay rent. I don't have to pay for petrol to go to the studio. I can literally just start where I am now. So I started my voiceovers 9 months ago with no intention of necessarily taking it seriously as much as just trading a skill. But 9 months later, I now have an agent. I used Fiverr unintentionally as a training ground. I was getting better with my accents, with my delivery, with the control of my voice, with how to deal with clients. And 9 months later, I had the confidence and ability to approach an agent because I had samples. I had done adverts for MTN and Imperial Select, which is Avis. So I had those samples and I could show them to an agent, and I have skills I can take into a room now. So if you are trying to garner a skill as a graphic designer, a photographer, a voiceover artist, etc., start with Fiverr because it is a low startup cost and it's also very low risk. At worst, you deliver badly and you don't get paid your $5, but that was $5 you didn't have to begin with, and also was low startup costs. You didn't have to rent a studio, you didn't have to pay for petrol, you didn't have to invest heavily in this training ground. So you're getting paid to intern essentially. And the final benefit is you earn in dollars. I knew somebody who, when there was a global financial crisis and their home economy was at an all-time low, that was their saving grace, that was their lifeline, was earning in dollars. Not a lot of dollars, but comparatively loads. This is especially for people who live in economies that are weaker than the dollar. You can leverage that, right? If you make $5, I make $5 and I'm in South Africa, that's maybe 70 Rand. And for the level of service I was providing, beginning, that was okay. And I say was because I'm going to go into the cons. So yeah, you can really leverage the economy. If you live in a country where the economy is equal to or more than the dollar, that's still fine. There are people who work on Fiverr and Upwork and Freelancer full time. They have consistent clients. They have reached a certain threshold with the quality of the work, the consistency of the work, and the longevity of their work that Fiverr has upgraded them to a pro seller, and now you can just charge much more. So you can have a full-time career on Fiverr. It does take time. Those are the pros. I think Fiverr is a great platform to start your freelance career and to have a supplementary income. There are some caveats which I'm going to go into now. The cons. So I recently had an existential crisis because of Fiverr. I quit my job last year, and the company I was working for didn't pay me for 2 months and stole some commission I was going to make. And so this cushion I was supposed to have so that I could ease into Fiverr was gone. I would strongly suggest not using Fiverr as your only dependable income source at the beginning when you're still starting out, because it takes a while to kick off. There's clearly like an SEO function at play where it doesn't matter how good you are or consistent you are, it has to be done over time. 9 months is not enough. 1 month is not enough. 3 months is not enough. It has to be over. I've done it for 9 months, and some months are amazing and some months aren't. I still have to bid for work. I know some people who don't bid at all for work. They don't use their 10 bids. They get orders every single day. They wake up with 13 orders, and in a good month, I have 13 orders, and I've been doing it for 9 months. This person's been doing it for 2 years, and they have 13 orders a day. So even forget quality, time is so important with Fiverr, and you have to be willing to be consistent over time. And so that is a con. If you need the money ASAP, if you are impatient, if you don't have the stamina or interest to stick it out, then don't start to begin with. It's not worth $5. And I say that because Fiverr takes 20%. So you're not earning $5, you're earning $4. If you bid for $7, you earn $5. If you bid for $12, you earn $9.60, something like that. So Fiverr does take its cut, and it takes it from the buyer's end and the seller's end. So if you want to buy a voiceover from me, you want to spend $5, Fiverr will charge you $7 because they take 20% of you and then 20% of me. So that's why a lot of people think it's a scam, because they take money from both ends. And that's up for debate. I mean, I definitely wouldn't categorize that as scam, but it depends on your sensibilities around how people take commission. Haggling. I had a breakdown about this just the other day, because it does something to you psychologically when you're constantly fighting for your value when you're already undervalued. I did an advert for MTN, which is the biggest cell phone provider in Africa. The real value of that should have been around $200 for me. I got paid, after Fiverr took its cut, $4. Can we have a drum roll? I got paid $4. And that was the turning point, and that's when I went to look for an agent. I thought, something's wrong here. I feel like I'm being swindled. And mind you, it's all consensual. Like, it told me it was an MTN ad, and I consented, and I did it anyway, right? So it's only a scam as much as you're a dumb bitch. Oh, God. So that's the thing, and that's why people call it a scam, is because you're not getting your value. If you go into Fiverr thinking you want to get paid what you're worth, you'll end up fully in McDonald's. You'll end up fully in McDonald's if you think you're going to get paid your worth on Fiverr. Then you get entitled customers, people who want to pay you $5 for work that should cost $50 in real life, but still want to fight you and still want more than what they paid for. And that's exhausting. That is the life of a freelancer though, even outside of Fiverr. So that is something you will come across. And that's something I'm constantly battling with, is the line between you want to pay me $5 for something that I know I should be paid $100 for. I'm trying to argue and get paid $10 and you're still fighting me. Like, you still disagree. And that can be really demoralizing. It's not for everybody. It's upsetting, especially if you have other options. It feels like you can really wonder why I should put up with this. I put up with it because that is my income stream at the moment. Fiverr is my main income stream. So I do put up with it, and I have to negotiate, and I don't just walk away. Or I say I have to. We all have options. I have options, but I've chosen to. And so that's something to be aware of, is that can be really demoralizing and overwhelming. Is like haggling, constantly haggling so far below market value. Yeah. it's icky, doesn't feel good. But some people have the stomach, some people don't take it personally, and some people are just able to. Some people take that on well, and I really don't. So one of the pros becomes one of the cons. In terms of currency, you are being paid in dollars. That is a pro if you're in a country where dollars are stronger, but it's not so much if you're in a country where dollars are weaker or equal to. It's even more demoralizing to be paid $4 for something you should be paid £40 for, or 40 other currency for. And yeah, it just needs time and consistency, and that's not something everyone's willing to put in for such a low amount of money. Fiverr is a numbers game. So in the beginning, you'll have a high volume of clients with a low value. So at the beginning, you will have, and probably throughout Fiverr, you'll tend to have a lot of clients, but low value. All of them $5. Do less and make more. That's my life goal. I'm working on having just a handful of clients, but high value, so that I make working relationships that are respectful, consistent, considerate collaborations that pay me my worth. Because you can have that on Fiverr. It just takes time, and it's hit and miss. It is random. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you bid for, or you get who finds you and asks for your services, right? That's your pool. So who is a good fit for Fiverr? I so wish I had started Fiverr when I was at uni, especially in first year when I had few lectures. You have free internet in some universities and a computer lab or a laptop. So that means you have so much time to build up your portfolio. By the time you leave uni after 3 or 4 years, your Fiverr platform is so mature, you'll start raking it in. So with Fiverr, time is kind of all you have. Stickability and longevity matter. So anybody who's willing or able to put that in will succeed. And you just need to have the tenacity to deal with clients that are ridiculous, who also have just like a really hustly and lack mentality. Already, if somebody's coming to you for a voiceover, that means they're making an animated video for a client in Hungary who's paying them $10 for something they should pay $500 for in their market. And that person's coming to you and asking for a voiceover. So the chain of undervalued people, the chain of disgruntled people, the chain of, yeah, it's like underpaid, underserved people is heavy, and you're at the end of that. So if you have the tenacity to stick that out, it's for you. And of course, this is for anybody who needs a second income stream. I caution you though, this cannot be your main income stream at the beginning, not until it's picked up. As you can see with the graph I'm going to insert, my earnings went up, then dropped suddenly. And that'll keep happening for a while until I've been on Fiverr for probably like a full year or two. Currently, my sales are picking up again, but it is just erratic because I'm still a new-ish seller comparatively. So please let this be your second income stream and not one you rely on. And then in terms of Upwork and Freelancer, Upwork has a really good interface and you get paid more. The clients that Upwork attracts tend to pay higher. Freelancer, I've been on for 9 months. I've had 2 jobs on it, so I'm obviously not a fan. Can't really comment on it too much. I don't like the interface. I don't like how you bid. Upwork and Freelancer, you have to pay to bid, which I don't agree with. That feels kind of scammy. Whereas on Fiverr, it is totally free. The only time Fiverr takes anything from you is once you get paid, which I prefer. So I hope this was useful for any of you who are considering those 3 platforms. I know I didn't go in depth about Upwork and Freelancer. If you want me to, please let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what other income streams you have and how those are working for you, and also what other ideas you might have for second income streams. I'm a big fan in having several active income streams until we can turn those into passive income streams, because we all want to be financially independent and we all should. I think the more we share and crowdsource ideas, that can really support somebody on their journey to financial independence, as I am on mine. So that's all. Goodbye from me and my hose.